Born in 1967, Larissa Lai, a renowned American-born Canadian novelist and literary critic, skillfully explores the intricate intersections of race, culture, gender, and sexuality in her works. In 2002, she wrote Soulfish Girl, in which she delves into the complexities of romantic and sexual relationships among Asian women, providing profound insights into the contemporary diasporic experience. In this novel, the destinies of Noah and Miranda entwine, transcending time and space while eloquently addressing themes of race, gender, and sexuality. Noah's 19th century tribulations in China culminate in a reincarnation as Miranda in the year 2044 within the confines of Serendipity in the USA. From the perspective of these two characters, a transreading of the novel emerges. Based on the etymology of the prefix trans, a transreading of the novel stands for an analysis that goes beyond the explicit storyline. This transreading expounds upon the theme of the body, delving into how both the characters and the act of writing undergo catalytic transformations from transgressive bodies to transcendent ones. In both Noah and Miranda's narrative, the body is presented as transgressive. The incipit of the novel delves into a Chinese mythological tale that unveils the very origin of humanity. Yet, this captivating and mystical tale ingeniously subverts the sacred biblical paradigm, forging an uncanny act of creation. The goddess creator, dissatisfied by her own creations, unleashes fury upon her creatures, committing a real genocide. Thus, the goddess is so disgusted by her creation that she attempts to annihilate her own progeny. However, these corporeal yet imperfect bodies survive, defying the original rejection of their creator. Another interesting subversion of the myth of creation manifests itself through the conception of Miranda, a character born of a forbidden fruit. One day, Miranda's presumed father brings home a durian to please his wife, a fruit he found growing in the unregulated zone where law-abiding corporate citizens like him are not supposed to go. Consequently, the father trespasses societal boundaries by venturing into a forbidden locus. As Miranda's mother ingests the fruit, a miracle occurs, a pregnancy defying her advanced age. However, this miracle is tainted by a curse as Miranda's transgressive body bears a disease. However, the ultimate profanation occurs when one willingly trades their mother tongue to a new attractive and seductive language. Indeed, Noah trades her language for the one of the island she goes to. However, when she wants to return home, she is cursed never to recall her old language. Unable to communicate or to be recognized by her loved ones, she becomes an alien to her very own self. Language is more than a mere means of communication for Noah. It is her essence, her identity, her heritage. Losing it means losing herself and ultimately forsaking her own life. Thus, there is no possible in-betweenness. It is either belonging or being alienated. These dichotomies also leave their mark on the body, prompting us to ponder how the narrative transcends such biological binarity. First, this novel blurs the boundary between life and death. Indeed, the narrative dismantles the dichotomy between birth and death, placing them on a continuum. One of many examples is the death of Noah, who drowns before being reincarnated as Miranda. This particular example also deconstructs the deeply entrenched binary of the masculine versus the feminine, divesting masculinity of its quintessence, which is reproduction. In this narrative, women have a monopoly on both life and death. Not only do they kill to protect themselves, but they can also bear life without being impregnated by men. This enables the narrative to exclude men from the reproductive process. We men do not need men for pregnancy nor for pleasure anymore, as both Miranda and Noah explore their sexuality with women. Ultimately, the novel delves into the profound dichotomy between the human and the non-human. Evie identifies herself as non-human, saying, "My genes are 0.03% Cyprinus carpio, freshwater carp. I'm a patented new fucking life form." Larissa Lai artfully interweaves the notion of form and race within this sentence. Evie's source was a Chinese woman whose body was sold to science. Hence, her corporeal body is not only marked by science, but it also carries a racial stigma. Asian women become machines designed to serve the advancement of a white-dominated society. However, Evie does everything in her power to emancipate herself from the normative transgenic framework imposed on her. Undeniably, the human body can be perceived as a form of text constructed and imbued with meaning through the agency of language. Interestingly, the inverse is also true. A literary text gives an essence to its own narrative and characters, and can thus be referred to a textual body. Within this conceptual framework, the notion of trans body emerges as an artistic manifestation that trespasses the boundaries of traditional literary norms. This novel does not identify with a specific genre, but claims its hybrid nature akin to the protagonist's mutable form and atemporality. While Noah's tale can be read like a fairy tale that entwines mythological and legendary undertones, Miranda's story can be situated at a crossroad between speculative science fiction and the exploration of contemporary socio-political concerns. The novel's hybridity extends beyond genre, as the author also adopts a palimpsestic writing style. The profusion of intertextual references and subversions turns this narrative into a presentation of what Gérard Genette calls transtextuality, which is the transcendent aspect of a text, defined as everything that sets the text in relationship, whether obvious or concealed, with other texts. Thus, this transtextual narrative engages dialogue with canonical sources such as the Bible, the Odyssey, The Little Mermaid, and even Frankenstein. This intertextual tapestry generates a captivating mirroring effect that accentuates the author's audacious endeavor to forge a transformative and boundary-breaking form of writing. Thus, Larissa Lai's novel unfolds as an intricate tapestry wherein content and form entwine, meticulously crafted to evoke a transgressive yet profoundly transcendent literary experience.